Welcome home, neighbors.
Welcome home, neighbors.
Hello, neighbors.
We're listening from
Arizona,
Florida,
Maryland, New York,
New Jersey,
Minneapolis,
California,
Utah,
Michigan.
Iowa, Massachusetts,
Georgia,
Canada,
Our home resort is
Animal Kingdom,
Polynesia,
Bay Lake Tower,
Old Key West,
Riviera,
Boardwalk,
Alani Resort,
Boulder Ridge, Copper Creek,
Grand Floridian,
Saratoga Springs,
Beach Club,
and Wilderness Lodge.
and you're listening to
You're listening to my
DVC Points.
Well, welcome home, everybody, to the March 29th, 2020 edition of My DVC Points Live. I am Chad, your host, and I would like to welcome back our regular co-host, Alicia.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Alicia, how you doing tonight?
Well, we're surviving up here in the chilly Michigan.
Oh, I know that one. I know that one. Well, let's welcome Sam back to the show. Sam, how you doing?
I'm good.
Hey.
How about you guys?
We're doing awesome. We're doing awesome. We're glad you're back. And then we'll also bring back Kenny this week. So, hey,
How are
Kenny.
you guys?
Doing
Good to see you
great.
guys.
How's life out in Hawaii tonight?
It's treating me well. Treating me well, Chad.
Oh,
Good to see
good deal.
everybody.
Good deal. Well, we've got a couple of news stories to go over really quick this week. But before we do that, I want to know, when's your guys' countdowns? And what's your countdowns like? Unfortunately for me, my next trip home was the end of May 23rd. And with them not taking, I guess it's a news story as well. So I'll have to cross into that just due to the fact that I think I'm going to be impacted. But with them not taking any dining reservations up until June 1st, it's not looking promising that I'll make that trip home in May. So fingers crossed, we're hoping, but it doesn't really look good at this point in time. So I think my next countdown is like August something, and I'm hoping that one happens. But that's where I'm at. So Alicia, how about you?
I've got like forever, so 264 days to be exact. You know.
Oh, wow.
I only know that because of the amazing little app there. So.
That's right. That's right. Kenny, when's your countdown?
You guys are going to be really sad. So it's using my My DVC Points app, and unfortunately, I'm currently sitting at 582 days. But I'm begging for some kind of interim trip. That's like an official welcome home trip. But I swear, if I end up on the mainland anywhere near a park, I will definitely be stepping foot inside that.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, what's the countdown for you hitting submit to the App Store?
Actually, today. I submitted
Zero.
it today. So 0. Yeah. So now I just need everybody to just start sending positive vibes to Apple, and hopefully it's a quick approval process. I went through, tried to cross every T, dot every I on the app submission process, and hopefully it's a quick one. So we're not doing any kind of monetization of the app, and we're not capturing any information. So I'm assuming that it'll be a pretty quick approval.
So
That's
awesome.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yes, that is. So 0 days to app submission. Gotta love that.
How long does it usually take then? Ish.
I've heard like 72 hours to a week, kind of just depending on if they have a bunch of questions. But hopefully they're DVC fans that are reviewing it, and they're like, let's just get this out. You know, we never know.
Good deal. Samantha, what's the countdown like?
So my countdown has changed again, unfortunately. I wasn't feeling too confident even pushing my May trip back to June. So now my next trip home will be in September in 165 days for food and wine. So fingers crossed.
165. Okay, so the May trip got booted out. Didn't it move to June, and now it looks like that one's gone?
So it moved to June, and then I kept watching the news. So it's now bumped again. But I'll be there for Festival of the Holidays in December and Festival of the Arts in January, right before my points expire. So something good came out of it. I got 2 trips out of it.
Awesome.
And it's probably good to secure those dates now.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
the thing. I was like, I need to see what's available still. So
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And Samantha says, or Mary says, Samantha, we might be there at the same time.
Oh,
okay?
yay. We'll have to grab a drink or a Dole Whip.
Yep. So, but Mark says he's got 167 days left, and Amy is saying that she's super sad. They were supposed to have arrived last night.
Aw.
Yeah, 328 through 45. Next will be Thanksgiving and crowds. I think it's going to be crowds no matter what when this park opens back up. So, and Liz was saying ours is May as well, only 35 days. 251 for Dan. And I think it will be. And we're hearing all kinds of various leaked rumors about how crowded the parks will be. It's almost like they're going to do a soft opening from what the rumor is having it, and only letting locals in, so not opening up the resorts, which would be, as DVC members, it's like, man, that's home. We need to get home.
What's the reason? What would be the reasoning behind a soft open, do you think? Is it because like they don't necessarily have all of the college program people there, so they'll have a lighter staff, or what would be the reason?
I think it's all of that. Okay. So I think it's all of the college staff that's coming, the fact that they don't have people, they want to still keep everybody distanced and somehow try to do virtual queues. I know somebody pointed out the other day that MDE had a My Virtual Queues, plural, in it in the latest updated released app, and there's another rumor going around that we'll just be doing virtual queues for the attractions.
Didn't I come up with that like 2 weeks ago? I'm just saying.
Yeah,
They watched the show.
I think so.
They watched.
They had to.
I think
They
the
had
other
to,
reason you keep it locals only just for a bit is now you're limiting who's coming in. Like you're only getting people from Florida instead of the people that are from the hot zones, like myself.
No, Florida has their own hot zones, though.
Florida's on its way. Yeah, they're on their way to becoming the next hot zone for sure.
No, but I mean, but I get it that they're like, okay, we'll just keep it, for our own space at this point. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, and I, as a business owner who runs big events, that's what I do. I have mass gatherings. Yay. So, but you look into that and you're like, well, how do I step forward with not only being able to function so that we don't injure people or put people at risk, but also understand that people are going to be nervous with going to mass gatherings, and people are going to be nervous even going to a wedding or anything like that. So how can we get from where we're at right now, where we're all afraid to even open a door with even our butt, we're kind of a little worried about that, to being okay to go to Disney World and watching the fireworks with 10,000 people and having a good time again.
Yeah, more like 60,000 of your closest friends, but
yeah.
Who's counting, right?
Who's counting?
And then
Give or
all of the
take.
queue lines and everything else. So I think they've got some challenge issues to work through. They're going to have to build up people's confidence to be able to get back out and travel. And so, yeah, that's going to be it. And so Russell was saying here that he's got one day for himself. It was a high school band trip postponed till this time next year. And they lost a beach club and Riviera. Oh my gosh, that's got to kill. That's got to cut deep. And so Mitch on YouTube was saying Disney didn't come out with some kind of free dining if you canceled the trips by Disney for cash days. And I believe they did. As a enticing you back in with the free dining carrot. And I think when they're opening up their gates back in, well, obviously the DVC members will be rushing to get in because we have points that are use or lose. But the cash people, they're going to require a carrot. And yeah, Mitch, so that one definitely came out this week. And so Danielle's saying that she has a May and an August. Pretty sure she's losing her points for the May trip. And that's not good. That's really not good.
Well, hopefully you can add to that August trip and stay in a cabin.
There you go. Just upgrade. There you go. Stay in a cabin. Upgrade.
There you go.
And, actually, I thought about that. I was going, next year I was borderline between a grand villa and two bedrooms for my big family Alani meetup. And I just thought, I should probably just knock out a grand villa because I have the points to, and leave those for somebody else because I know it's going to be a point crunch for everybody trying to come in and get stuff.
Yeah.
So,
and if you have double points and stuff, seriously, it's awesome. Even if you can only stay, do a split stay and do that cabin, for a couple days, it's way cool.
Yeah. Yep. So, and I think Danielle added here, I figured my AP and resort guest only figuring resorts wouldn't be full. So Okay. And our friend Sue says, September food and wine for us. I'm not doing a countdown, so I won't be disappointed because of my March and May trips were both canceled. Oh, man.
September is beautiful, though. She'll
You
like,
lost
Sue,
too.
if we're there at the same time, let's hang out because
Yeah, I'm telling you.
about mine too.
Yep. So, and
This year.
Joe commented, I was supposed to be there in 4 days. And so, okay.
Wait, look at his cute little Mickey.
Yeah. Yeah.
It took me a second, but I was like, oh, look at that.
Well played there, Joe. Well played with the pass holder there. Well played, buddy. Well played. You got points for that one. Okay. And Alicia was saying that she guesses that they need to test the parks and could end up closing again. So it helps if people didn't travel there. So, yeah, there's going to be like a ramp up phase here. And then Sandy's saying it's 140 to her Vero countdown, which means I should be about a week ahead of that one because I think Sandy and I are going to try to meet up together in Vero. And the free dining won't affect DVC. It never does. So hopefully they give us some kind of a please come back annual pass carrot. Okay, like they did in the past, but we'll see. And of course, her wait list came through for Beach Club. That's the way that goes, right? They're still filling those in.
I wonder if they'll
same thing
open
happen for June.
Oh yeah. I wonder if they'll open up Vero and Alani and other places like that, if they'll open them faster.
So
Maybe because they're not so
At least,
crowded.
well, and at least like with Alani, I mean, I think a lot of that depends on the local, like because Alani sits between several other major hotels. So there's like a Marriott, and there's a Four Seasons, and basically with the current closure, as long as that doesn't get extended, I think you'll see all of those hotels probably. I mean, I would assume that they can open up just part of it as people start to filter back in, and there's people that still have reservations for as we get into the summer months. So I think the plan is that those reservations will stick, and so they would probably need to be as staffed as possible, unless people have kind of been panic canceling their reservations. At least for Alani, I can give you that perspective.
Yeah, and that closure where they closed for a week was a little bit weird. I heard for some post or somebody today that there was only like 4 families there, and I'm like, there's 4 families there and you close? Like, why bother? Okay, like clean around them. Okay, I'm just clean around them.
Keep them, give them their own wing, and
There
close
you
everything
go.
else up.
Yeah, take a floor.
No one eats at the
right?
same time. Like
right, exactly.
Like, we'll just move you into the grand villa, okay? You each take your own bedroom. Social distancing that way. So that would be fun. That would be fun. But, just coming in through a couple of these comments here, Amy was saying that they hope they give DVC something too. We're paying people as well. That's true. It'd be nice, but, we're kind of lower on the totem pole because we're guaranteed. We're locked in contractually. So,
And that's part of the risk when you own DVC too, isn't it?
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. So we own resorts that are closed corporately. Okay. So we as owners have to do this. And I hope they figure out a fair way of spreading the pain of closure. So, but it looks like it's just going to end up falling on the people that had banked points that aren't going to be able to bank them or do anything with them, that are near expiration. And it's got to be somebody who absorbs some of this loss, and the rest of us will absorb it with, I want to book a trip and there's no inventory available. None. Like Saratoga sold out, everything will be sold out when we get to that point, because this could go on for 3-4 months, and that's millions and millions and millions of points that are going to be in the economy that didn't get to come out. So, yeah, Sue was saying here that a lot of it's going to depend on how quickly the airlines can ramp up, reposition crews and planes. They are doing major shutdowns and cutbacks as well. And so that's not a great, fun thing to do. And so John says, we all know free dining is a bad deal, but reservations booked with points during the affected period are eligible for the free dining if you book cash.
Now, even when I did before I was DVC, I still wouldn't like I would try a little bit to do the free dining, but it's usually the lower end. Or I mean, like I ended up finding that it was easier for me just to buy things a la carte than to have to do all of their what is it, their hoops that they make you jump through. You have to go 5 days and you have to go this many parks, and it was just it ended up being more of a hassle to do the free dining.
Well, the other thing is you're not getting a discounted rate for the room, so you're paying rack rate. So when you do the math, like for some people it works out, but for most it's not the best deal you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, free dining is one of those deals where it's like, it's nice if you can get it and it falls into it and it ends up lowering your price, but you really got to do the math on it. But what we do know about free dining is it is a great bait and to throw out there for the general public to get them to come back in and hook and sign up for a Disney vacation and make them think they're getting something really great. It's wonderful marketing. And if that's what it takes to get Disney back filled with people and people flowing through the parks again, I think it's a great offer. And I'm looking forward to that and all the other creative stuff that they come up with. So that's pretty much the countdown this week. And so the other big news is that the parks are closed until further notice. And we're wondering, how's everybody feel about that? Would you rather have a date and see it keep getting delayed? Or would you rather just have this indefinite uncertainty? What's your guys' take on that?
So for me, I would rather have a date only because everything else right now feels so uncertain. Like we get updates from our governor every single day and everything just kind of feels so up in the air. So having like a date, a number, something would be good. And if it gets pushed back, it gets pushed back, but at least we had something to go off of. So yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm kind of thinking that we should come back in and have a date, okay? So that this way I can know for a fact that my May 23rd is canceled. And I can know, I don't have to wait till, Disney will then automatically cancel those points. Okay? And then I can start to rebook. Because if it was open, and even if the parks weren't open, I still might go. Okay? Just to meet with some friends in Orlando, go talk with Nick and the people at DVC Resale Market, if that was allowed for that kind of social meeting. There's other things there I can do that I'd still like to go do. Okay. So I'd rather them know for certain and to be able to keep, rather than to have this guessing game. That's my take. So.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like the schools as well. Like, and I think everybody was kind of waiting for tonight when they said that, well, we're going to extend this a little bit longer till the end of the month. And so that way it's not Disney, as they're not the first one saying, hey, we're extending this. It actually came from a little bit higher above, a little bit. But so then I bet Monday they're going to come back and say, well, we have a projected date. This is our hopeful date. I think that more information is going to come in the next week.
Got it. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. And Mary was saying here that I think until further notice is the right way to go. No one knows, and it's dumb to keep moving it. Okay. That's true, but when are they going to tell me that my May date is definitely not happening? Okay. Because then I could rebook those points. You see what I'm saying? I could then, they're holding May down now, but if they are certain May isn't going to happen, let's rip the Band-Aid off so that I can now start to rebook those points in January, February, something along those lines. Okay.
So wait, by saying closed until further notice, they don't automatically cancel up to a certain date. They're just saying closed until further notice. You do what you want with your points, and then when it comes to a certain date, we'll cancel. Or because
aren't they doing it 1 week at a time?
Yeah, so it's on a weekly basis. If they're still going to close that week, your stuff will be canceled for you. So you won't have to go in and do it yourself.
That's really tough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're telling you like a week's notice. Okay. This is the theme park that requires you to book your dining 6 months in advance. Okay. I don't get it. But
also they're probably dealing with the state too. I mean, they're not letting anybody in, so they can't they can't say, "Oh, we're open," but the state won't let anybody in, so they don't know how long that's going to last.
Yeah. And Alicia says it seems crazy they didn't give a date because cancellations day by day seems like a hassle, even if it's a rolling 2 weeks. Okay. And Sue was saying can't have a date until the virus abates, and that isn't known. Okay. John was saying I'm keeping all reservations and letting them auto cancel and moving reservations down the line as the points free up. If I get to a danger zone where I must bank, then I will bank. That's probably a good plan too. I mean, I'm pretty lucky because I have a February use year. So other than having a March use year, that'd be the next best possible use year to have with this closure kicking in March. Okay.
I'm out of points for a long time, so I guess I'm the luckiest.
Doesn't really
my
matter.
problem.
Huh?
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah,
really
I have
matter,
February
right?
too, so there's time.
So yeah, and Kathy is saying, I think they're trying to figure out all of the implications and logistics before they announce an approximate date. Yeah, that could be true because this is some unprecedented time, and they really don't have these kind of emergency contingency plans going. So that's kind of it there. And let's pick up another comment or two. Jennifer writes, there are just too many variables for them to commit to a date right now. My next trip is July, and I think it's possible that it won't happen. Yeah.
I think it'll be okay. Maybe if it's the end of July. I think July 4th might be a little.
Yeah, that'd be a nice thought there. So that's kind of the thoughts on that I've seen from this. So we wanted to kind of come in and have these conversations and really just kind of air it out a little bit and get it off our heads, but then pivot to something that's really, 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 really fun. And it's probably one of the things that I enjoy most about. And so let's move over to Moonlight Magic events. Okay. So how many events have you been to and which ones in which parks? Okay. So Alicia, have you been to one yet?
I'm a loser. No. But I do go to I pay to go to all of the other events. So every trip we go to, we always book like an event. So the Christmas party, we went to the Pirate Princess, we've gone to the Halloween one more times than I can count. So I only go to Disney when I have events like that. So once I don't have all of these teenagers, right, then and I can change when I can go, then I would definitely put going to a Moonlight Magic on the list because those after parties are so worth it.
Well, think about it if they were free with your membership. Okay?
Right. That'd be super cool.
Yeah. So Kenny, is it just our Animal Kingdom that we went to in January for you?
That was my first one because I'm still a fairly new DVC member. So that was my very first event. And we had actually just arrived after like 18 hours of travel from Maui. So we were exhausted, but I was like, we have to go. And my wife she was super tired, but she looked at me and she could see the child in my eyes. It was like, okay, we're going to go. So we went. It was great, man. But that was my first one. I really hope to get to go to another one.
Awesome. Samantha, what's your count like?
So I've only been to one, and it was the August 2018 one at Epcot. So it was my first DVC trip and my first Moonlight Magic. Had hoped to be at the May 4th one, but that's not looking like it's going to happen. But for us, it was great because we got to walk on to everything. So we didn't have to do any fast passes for Epcot. So it saved a lot of time.
Oh, that is good. I guess I'm the super experienced one here because I've been to Disneyland. I've been to DCA twice. I have been to Animal Kingdom twice, Epcot once. And in order to round out my list, I need to hit a Magic Kingdom one, a Hollywood one, and then the summer one that I'm still eyeing over at Typhoon Lagoon. So that's kind of my deal. And
I heard that one's super fun.
I have to imagine it is because you can't do like a nighttime event there unless you pay for H2O Glow Nights. So because they close those parks down in this, at sunset unless there's a special party. So who knows? To me, it's on my bucket list, and I want to come back in and do that one. But
It'd have to be like, I don't know, 95 degrees for me to go swimming at night, though. I don't know. I mean, I grew up as a skinny dipper. I get it, but I don't know. That still sounds a little cold.
The lazy river, though, right? I mean, do they have a lazy river at the Typhoon Lagoon?
Yeah, it's big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I could do that for. I could do that for a night, regardless.
No,
of
no,
the
no, no, no.
temperature.
Like cold water is like Lake Michigan, like a mile from your house. Okay, that is cold water, Alicia.
Right.
Okay.
I know. Well, very well. Saw it today.
So this is like heated pool water here. So I think you got this. I think you got this.
If it was free and they had snacks and booze, that would help. Yeah.
They had
Got it.
snacks. Not booze.
Got it.
Do we not bring our own? Is that not what everybody does?
They sell alcohol there.
No,
No?
gosh no, gosh no, gosh
No,
no.
I'm joking.
I know
Don't
they.
do that.
I had a margarita there one time. They must. Yeah.
So looking through some of the comments here. So Alicia is in the club with me 4 times to Magic Kingdom,
Wow.
twice to Hollywood, and once to Animal Kingdom. We love those. Yes, yes, yes. You are a Moonlight Magic junkie. So I am right there with you on that. I think they're one of the coolest things about DVC. And Sandy says that we've done Animal Kingdom and Epcot. And Mary was saying Moonlight Magic twice at Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. Sue has been down for Hollywood Studios. And Mary was saying she's going to miss the Moonlight Magic at MK this year. I think quite a few of them are going to be missed. And Brandy lost out on her first Moonlight Magic on 4/28. So that's not good. And yes, Mary was there that night. We did not get to meet up, though. It was a frigid, cold night. You did not want to. It was like 30 degrees, 38 degrees, something like that.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
was-
gosh, in
it was
January.
ridiculous.
It was frigid cold.
I've been there
Yeah.
way too many times wearing winter hat and mittens.
Yeah.
It's cold in January.
Yep. And then Scott was saying, haven't done any Moonlight Magic either. However, he's done the after hours events and loves them. They're very similar, but you don't have to buy the tickets. Your blue card's got it covered. And I love that. I love
And
that.
don't you get more food? I think. I mean, like your treats and snacks and.
Yeah, you get a $15 meal voucher from DVC. Okay. And you can take that in. And it used to be like an entree of this or that. And then I think they went to up to $15. Okay.
Wow.
So the last time that I went to DCA, I ended up buying a sipper cup. Okay. Because they consider those food. And I was just able to put the voucher towards the sipper cup, which was like $16. And I had to pay like $1 or something from it.
Nice.
So yeah, that ended up working out really, really, really well.
And isn't there like the ice cream carts and all that kind of stuff open too?
It used to be all the ice cream carts, and now they're coming back in and they're putting on the map. This is where we hand out the ice cream, and there's usually like one location, and it can be a pretty long line as to where they're handing them out at. And then there's other times you go, and the guy's just sitting here with 5 cases of ice cream, and if you're walking by, he's like proactively handing them out just to get.
That's
rid
how
of
it was at Animal Kingdom. I guess there was not a run on Mickey bars, so I had my fill.
Yeah, well, who's gonna want to chow a Mickey bar at 30 degrees? So
This guy.
I think I could handle
Okay.
that. That'd be fine.
no, that's a hard pass for me. So Scott was saying he hasn't done a Moonlight Magic either. Oh, I already covered that one. So sorry, I got sidetracked on this. So, but Sandy was saying the treats, the character meets and greets, the walk-on attractions are awesome, which kind of is our next question. And Rob's done 2 Moonlight events, Typhoon and Hollywood, and Michelle has done Moonlight Magic at DHS. So
For
And
all
Dan
these
was
people
saying-
who've done more than one, if I can only make it to one, like what's the one to go to? Like they all sound cool, but there's got to be one that you're like, well, that's the one you want to go to.
yeah, so that's a great question, and we'll turn that question out there. And Samantha, you've been to 2, so which is your favorite of the 2?
Well, I only went to 1. I was booked for a second at Epcot. But I think if I was to guess, I think Magic Kingdom would kind of be the best bang for your buck, even though it's free. Because there's just more to do. Like Epcot, there's only so many attractions. So we knocked everything out in like an hour and a half. So
Yeah, I've been to a couple of them, and I'm thinking Disneyland ranks up there as my number one, as my number one go-to, because A, it's so rare. They only do one of those there a year. And B, there's not a lot of locals in LA that are DVC members. Okay. It's not like Orlando where it just comes back in with a bum rush. And so you can usually get into Disneyland. I've had no problems getting into Disneyland or DCA twice. So to me, that one was easier to get into. And it just didn't seem as crowded at those. The last DCA one was packed. Okay. But Disneyland, yeah, I'm going to go with Disneyland. I can tell you my least favorite one to do if I had to pick one would be Epcot. And that's because all of World Showcase is pretty much shut down. Mm-hmm. So it's the same opening as Rope Drop, okay? You can go up to Frozen, but you can't go around any farther. And then you can get out to the International Gateway. So it's like all of that back area is closed. And it's like you're getting half of a park at Moonlight Magic at Epcot. So to me, I would blow off Epcot if I had to pick any of them.
Yeah, I bet that'll change soon when they open like Ratatouille and things like that.
Yeah.
That very well could be, okay? If they can let you cross the bridge and get over into France and that kind of a fun stuff, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. So, and let's see what some of these people are saying. So... Oh, Mary was saying that she ate Mickey bars that night with you, Kenny. So,
All right, Mary.
the Mickey bar power. Okay. And so Moonlight Magic has Mickey bars and the strawberry bars. I've seen that come and go. Okay. Before it used to be the whole ice cream cart, and before it used to be all of the carts were open and you could just take a pop, a water, a popcorn from all of the vendors, and the churros were always open. They've kind of tweaked that back a little bit now. And so Mary was saying she saw every character at Animal Kingdom. And Mel was saying Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom was her favorites. John saying that the fireworks at Epcot were fantastic for Moonlight Magic. That's right. We do get an extra special fireworks show that night. Extra special. So that was kind of cool. Janice is saying Magic Kingdom here. Mary says it depends on your focus.
See, since I've been to so many of those like Halloween and Christmas ones, I think like the Hollywood Studios would rank higher on the list because they don't ever have any special, well, maybe they have a Star Wars-y thing that I don't get to go to, but they don't seem to have as many like special events where, you know, Epcot has so many also, like all of their other festivals of everything. So I think, but I can see Disneyland being pretty cool too.
Yeah, and Rob is saying here that out of the two he did, he would say Typhoon Lagoon is the one to check out. And it was just way different. It's not a place we ever go to. The one we went to at Hollywood Studios was just after Toy Story Land opened, and it felt so busy. Yeah, that was pretty slammed. And by the way, special thanks to Rob as well. Can we throw that banner up, Gina? So... Yep. So the green screen tonight was from DVC member, community member, Rob Ingraham. And just as Shannon does ears, now I'm going to start rocking a new green screen photo from the community on every episode. So we'll be putting up a different green screen every episode. So send in your artistic photos and we'll be glad to show them on the air. So thanks so much for that, Rob. I appreciate it.
It's so cool looking.
Yeah, it is.
I just gotta say, you're making the morning news crews look kind of shabby. I mean, you got a good thing going on here.
That was a funny conversation we were having pre-show, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but like all of the morning talk shows and late talk shows, they're all doing this from their house, and we're looking at this going, like, come on over for some lessons, guys. We got this thing down. Doing this from home bit, right? We'll help out.
I was hoping, Chad, you were going to send them a box, like a care box of here's some equipment that might help you out.
Yeah, no kidding. So no kidding. But interesting deal. And so Danielle says, nice, Rob. And Alicia says, I wish we could share pics from Moonlight Magic here. That would be really nice. You would have to send them in advance, and then we could process them and get them put into the software to do that, because that's kind of a pain here. And so Rob says, thank you. And Mary says, love the green screen. So anyways, back to our Moonlight Magic. You know, I almost feel like I need to yell squirrel. And
That's me. I'm sorry.
And so our next conversation about Moonlight Magic tonight is what's on your must-do list at Moonlight Magic, okay? What is it that you have to do when you go there? Because there's a variety of things there. You've got rare characters that come out. You've got empty queue lines, which is also pretty weird. We walked through Flight of Passage as fast as we could walk through that whole empty queue, and they did not open up the Fast Pass line for us. We had to walk through the whole queue. Okay. So the other thing is the free food, the free Mickey bars, the special fireworks show, the Moonlight Magic lasers broadcasted on all the cool places. So there's a lot of different elements to Moonlight Magic. And so we want to know what's your favorite aspect of it. So Kenny, what was your favorite one?
Well, let's just get this out of the way. I love characters, but the rest of my family could care less, and so it was not up to me. So we didn't take a look at any characters while we were at Animal Kingdom. But the walk-on for the fact that we could just walk on Flight of Passage at the very start of our trip was awesome, because then I was able to just be cavalier about it later in the week. If it was too long of a line. No big deal. Already got to ride it this week, actually twice. So it was great getting a chance to ride that, then like over and over again. And just it's nice being in a park that's not elbow to elbow. It's just because then the rest of our trip it was just packed with people every day. But it was just nice, like walking through and not like excuse me every 30 seconds. So yeah, the walk-on attractions were sure, and then just the fewer number of people is great.
Awesome. Sam, what's your favorite part of it?
So our plan for when we went to the Epcot one in 2018 was we were going to do all the rides, because we got no fast passes for Epcot. So that was our focus. But I was going to kind of shift my strategy for the one in May, because I wanted to meet all the rare characters. I wanted to meet some of the DVC people that were going to be there, and I wanted to watch the fireworks. So I probably wouldn't have gone on anything other than Soarin'. And I was going to try to eat like all the Mickey bars I could reasonably eat in 4 hours. So
you're just there for the Mickey bars, it sounds like.
I'm there for the Mickey bars and the characters. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
And what I would be looking forward to is before I go, to any of my events, I always think that I'm going to go for the snacks and the food, and I get there and I'm never hungry when I should be getting snacks and food. We tend to get through all of our major rides fast, but what I would be doing the Moonlight Magic, I think the coolest thing would be meeting other DVC people. Like, I think that's kind of fun, and just really saying like, oh, like we're all here. How cool is this? There's other crazy people like me. Like, I think that would be kind of fun to when you guys all post that you guys all meet up at those things. I think that's really cool.
That is my favorite part of it. And this, I got to be honest though, this last one in January, it was so cold. I didn't want to take my gloves off to take a selfie. Okay. I love y'all, but I'm freezing here. Okay.
I know. It's a wet cold down there. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just really, really, really cold. But yeah, meeting other DVC members and then hanging out with people and asking them, what's your home resort, and having that DVC level of talk like we do here every week on the show, just live in person. That's got to be my favorite part.
If you can get all of us to do lives from every one of those, I think that would be kind of fun.
That would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, that would be kind of fun. So I think they might boot us out at that point in time. Especially if we're approaching people and asking them stuff. So yeah, they don't
True.
really.
They might catch on to us.
They might do that. And so let's come back in and catch up with some of these comments here. So, and Mary says that the characters, and Marianne says my favorite rides and Mickey bars. Alicia saying we usually focus on the rare characters, eat a few Mickey bars, and then ride a few favorite rides. So I think that's based on the rare character lines, I think a lot of people end up doing that. Okay. And Russell says the kids ate enough Mickey bars and drank soda to almost pay for the charge. Okay. Yeah, you got to eat your contracts worth there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Vicky from YouTube was saying Mickey Premium Bar tastes best when it's complimentary.
Yes, true.
Like my dad says, if it's free, it's for me.
There you go. And Danielle was saying, 1, Hollywood Studios, 2, Magic Kingdom. Excited for Typhoon Lagoon. Now that it has been mentioned, it is good. I'm digging Typhoon Lagoon as well. And so Mel was saying that we enjoyed access to Fantasmic in Disneyland and fireworks from a much less congested hub in Magic Kingdom. That is a really good point, that you can come back in and take in the second fireworks show that they do just for the park attendees. Because they typically do a fireworks show at the end of the night, and that's when they kick out the public. Okay, if you're not wearing the DVC band, you kind of get escorted on out. And they end up doing a second fireworks show for us, and sometimes they're different shows, and they're the special shows. So Jim Mason writes in March at Magic Kingdom, we walked through Frontierland and felt like we were by ourselves. Characters for sure, and Peter Pan was the number one. So with an 8-minute wait.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anytime you can hop on Pan in 8 minutes, it's a good day, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And Rob picks up on this as well. Mickey bars and rides and just hanging out with like-minded fans. I think that's the key there, Rob. So Janice writes, the fireworks show at Magic Kingdom, and we love being able to ride so many rides, especially at Animal Kingdom and Flight of Passage. And she agrees that meeting the other DVC members is fun as well. And then Alicia saying, outside of the rare characters, I love the atmosphere where everyone is DVC. That's another great point, okay? That is another great point. So, like that so much. Love that so much. So then, okay, now that we've covered, next up, we've covered the must-dos, we've covered the favorite deals. I think we're down to our attraction game, Gina.
I'm so excited about the game.
Yay, based on how much fun we had last week, we did scale this back a little bit this week, and hopefully we still fit within our hour time frame. But this is the Magic Kingdom's attraction game. Now, the rules for this game are it's 3 attractions, and one of them you get a lifetime pass for, the other one you have a lifetime standby for, and the other one you're sending off to get reimagined. You'll never ride it again. Okay? Ever again.
Never, ever? Oh.
Yeah. The Imagineers are coming back in and taking over.
All right.
Okay? And so Gina's first one, and this is my first time looking at these as well, the Fantasyland Dark Rides, Small World, Peter Pan, or Winnie the Pooh. So who's up first?
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. So I think everybody's going to agree with me on this one, I think, right? We're going to fast pass Peter Pan because that line is forever. I'm going to stand in line for Winnie the Pooh because there's a lot of cool stuff to do in Winnie the Pooh, and it's kind of fun, and I love Tigger too. And Small World, I'm sorry, it needs to be reimagined because after you get off of the boat, you need to walk into a little magic wonderland with lots of dresses from all over the world that my daughters can buy. There you go.
Alicia, I am with you 100% on that one, except for given the Corona scare, touching all of those LED displays and poo and that honey stuff. Nah, I think I'll pass. I'm good on touching that stuff. But other than that, I'm right there with you. I'm going to fast pass Pan and stand by Pooh, and they can just rip out Small World. Okay.
You're going to watch all the kids lick all of the honey.
Yeah. I mean, Small World for me is something my mom has to go on. Like my 80-year-old mother has to join us on a Disney trip before I will ride Small World again. Okay. It is like, it takes mom level of affection to pull me onto that ride. So if you're less than mom, ain't happening. Okay. Kenny, how about you? Where you at?
So I'm going to do lifetime fast pass on Peter Pan because classic from my childhood. Absolutely. I will stand by for Winnie the Pooh. And I too feel like Small World needs to be modernized, right? It needs to be kind of redone for like the modern kid. That's one of those rides that, in my opinion, should always be reimagined. So
I'm just having fun watching Samantha react to that.
I'm hoping if it gets reimagined, that I'm able to ride the reimagined version of the ride in this hypothetical scenario.
And I love the idea of the ride. I mean, like the whole idea of children from around the world is 100%. But I just think that it can be brought up a little bit. Like
exactly.
All right,
Okay,
well,
Samantha, whose parents had to take her on Small World 12 times in a row.
You all have broken my tiny little heart because I love Small World. Okay, so my choices, and anyone that knows me, you're not surprised. I'm gonna lifetime fast pass Small World because I love that ride. I could go on it 12 more times if someone would let me in a single trip. I'm going to stand by Winnie the Pooh because even though the honey screens are like a germ magnet, they're still fun. And I'm going to reimagine Peter Pan because honestly, for us, we could kind of take it or leave it. Like if we get a fast pass, great. If we don't, we're not waiting in that line.
Okay, that's got Walt's fingerprints on it.
How do we boot Sam?
I'm just going to make so many more.
It's that button right there.
Oh, no.
Penny. Okay.
I did not do that.
Okay, let's see what some of these comments are, okay? from what the crowd thinks.
I think we're all getting booed.
Yeah, I think so, right?
I
I think so. God, I got to scroll way up to start getting this.
I know. We're gonna.
So Rob just said he's going to fast pass Pan. So, and Nick was saying lifetime Small World, fast pass Pan, and reimagine Winnie. So, Nick, there's hope for you. You're there in the Sam camp is all I'm telling you there, buddy. So,
It's close.
Yeah, it's a good thing you wrote that. So, Vicky was saying from YouTube, fast pass Small World, stand by Pooh, and reimagine Pan.
Thank you, Vicky. Thank you.
I think it did just get refreshed. I know that the queue line did, but
well, the Disneyland one is significantly better. It's got more LEDs in it. So you have to be talking about World there, Vicky. You have to be. Okay.
Probably.
So Mary says that honey wall will have to be redone so kids don't lick it.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're gonna lick everything anyway. They're kids.
And I'm not sure who you were agreeing there. Probably with Sam. Okay, with the Small World is perfect.
It wasn't us.
Yay! It is perfect. Everything about it is perfect.
Wouldn't it be fun to go buy the little dresses for all? Well, you don't have kids yet, but that's been driving me nuts. I'm like, well, I want to buy the little dresses. I want to buy them all.
Only if they're going to sell the adult size, because sometimes I just want to feel like a princess. So if they'll sell the adults, maybe.
There you go.
Yeah, but they're so blocky, right? And they're so nondescript. I don't even think it'd be a fancy dress, but who knows? So we'll have them throw in some dresses for you guys. But Alicia, her daughter Holland writes in, who is probably elementary school age, that she's going to take Pooh for the Fast Pass and Small World for Standby and Reimagine Pan just to update the technology. Okay, so it's coming back in that one. I could see. So Nick was saying here, I didn't follow this. He goes, Standby Pan, obviously, in my first post. Okay. I didn't follow that one there, Nick. So all I know is you're in good with Sam on that first comment. So we just going to leave it that way before I mess anything up. And Scott was saying, lifetime Peter Pan, Standby, it's a Small World because it's a classic, and Reimagine Pooh. Okay. Yeah, I could see that as well. I could have went that way because Pooh is something that I would only do if my small kid drugged me there. And
and I go on that every time.
yeah. And whoa, where is the Small World love? Small World is a classic. And And Aaron writes in, poor Sam, you're the only one, honey.
Thanks, Mom.
Which is why there's never a wait. Even with Christmas and Thanksgiving, never a wait.
Well, you know what? I'll be sitting on Small World with my Dole Whip, enjoying the air conditioning while you guys are all outside waiting in line. So,
can you eat on Small World?
Yeah, they'll let you.
I mean, who cares if you trash the ride? It's like, it's...
If you drop, but it's going to be in water. It's not like it's going to get on something.
But Aaron here makes my point, okay? What you'll do for Mom, okay? Right? I'm 100%. I would do that with you too, Aaron, if you were my mom and wanted to do it. So
we do go on it every year, and my boys have to be on it, and they are very loud in that ride. But they go on it for Mom and the girls every year.
Got it. So Maria says Pan is a classic, but Small World is iconic. And Aaron says, yes, I think we did more than 12 times. So we stand corrected by Mom. Okay. Yep. And Vicky saying me and Sam on Small World 12 times.
Yay, new friend.
Patricia's just saying Team Sam. Right. Oh my gosh. This is like, okay. So Peter's saying he's going to fast pass Pan, stand by Small World, and Reimagine Pooh, like Tokyo. Ooh, I guess I'd have to come back in and see what Tokyo's doing. It's got to be pretty cool over there.
I hope to go there sometime. Those rides look really, really modern.
Is it trackless over there? I assume that's
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
That'd be awesome. So Amy is right here with Russell on her vote. And Jana says, I agree, but it would be hard to say or reimagine Small World because I saw it when I was 9 in 1965 at the New York World's Fair.
Janice, I have so many questions for you. Like, I want to know everything.
That's awesome.
Yes. And then another Sam fan and another Team Sam fan on the adult-sized dresses too. Okay. And then another Sam fan. Yay! And another Sam fan.
We
and
all
another
got
Sam
food.
fan. So, ooh, John, good point. Can we reimagine Winnie the Pooh back to Mr. Toad? Now you're talking, my friend. Now you're talking.
No way. I love my Tigger and Pooh.
Okay, so Gina, let's switch on to the next one here. So the Waltz Originals. Oh my gosh, you are just mean. Ooh. You are just mean here. Okay. Haunted Mansion, Pirates, or Jungle Cruise?
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready.
So it's hard because I want to change it up every time we go because mine is based on what time we go. If I always went at Halloween, it'd be but it's not. So lately I've been going at Christmas time. So I'm going to say Fast Pass the Jingle Cruise because it's the Jingle Cruise at Christmas, which is fun. And then I would wait in line at Pirates because that one is my favorite ride, period, because they always fire at will. And then I would have to reimagine Haunted Mansion because, of course, there's always a because they do it better out at Disney World or Disneyland to make it all like Christmassy, right? They like make it all fancy and stuff, or is it Halloween that they do that where they put all the...
Yeah, you want the overlay.
Yeah, I want to do all the fun stuff. So I want them to bring that to Disney World.
Yeah, okay. I can somewhat buy that reasoning. Okay. Kenny, what are you doing?
Pretty easy for me. I'm gonna Lifetime Pirates just because it's just a great dark ride. I am going to stand by for Jungle Cruise because it's kind of always new anyway. Depending on your cast member, you're probably gonna get some pretty new jokes. And I'm just gonna say reimagine Haunted Mansion. You can get rid of it completely. No love for that ride. Sorry.
Unless it's Halloween. Halloween is way cool, but...
Period. You can level it, I'd be fine.
Oh, no.
I know. Yeah, no, it's fine. I know I just lost a lot of fans right there.
I knew I had a sparkly personality and heart, but you, yeah, no. That's cute.
Okay, Sam?
All right, I'm going to Lifetime Fast Pass Jungle Cruise because I could listen to those dad jokes all day long and still laugh. I'm going to stand by Haunted Mansion, And I'm sorry, but I'm going to reimagine Pirates, but I want it back to the version that it was before
we
Red
want the
became a
redhead.
pirate.
We want the redhead.
We want
I was
the
going to
redhead.
say that.
I want the redhead.
Yeah.
Before
Fair
the
enough.
PC. Before PC, right? Before it became
Before
politically
PC
correct.
culture.
We can leave
Fair
some
enough, fair
things
enough.
non-PC. Country Bear Jamboree is still there, so we can leave some things non-PC.
So true.
Okay, so on this one, I am going to fast pass Haunted Mansion because the line for that thing can get insanely long all the time, and it's hardly ever walk on or reasonably under 20 minutes at Haunted Mansion. I love Pirates. I'm going to stand by Pirates for the simple fact that it is a classic. I do wish it was the Disneyland version because that's way cooler than the Disney World version, but I'm still going to stand by that one. And then Jungle Cruise, you can take them sinking boats and like sink them. Like they should have just left that thing sunk. In my
It's only
opinion.
been one.
So
I think it would have
just,
been cool to just
let them
leave that
sink.
there.
Okay.
Just let it be part of the
Well,
ride
they-
going forward.
They do say at the beginning they will be your swim instructor. So just
They
saying.
warn you.
Just saying,
supposed
they
to
tell you
happen.
that. They tell you that.
Yeah.
And finally, I have a Team Chad, right?
All of
I
those
feel
comments,
vindicated.
and that's the one you pick first.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
It's cute.
So, okay.
Yeah. I know I'm out on an island with mine, so that's fine.
Tina's saying that's a really hard one. They're all great. Marianne saying Lifetime Haunted Mansion, Standby Pirates, Reimagine Jungle Cruise. Mary is Team Chad. Okay. And Nick here is going to fast pass Haunted Mansion, Standby Pirates, Reimagine Jungle Cruise. Another one?
You're only.
So-
I'm sorry, but the Jungle Cruise is perfect. It's perfect.
And Maria says she's going to fast pass Pirates, wait for Haunted, and then redo the Jungle Cruise jokes. So, and Holland, which I have now got new information in, she is in the 4th grade. She's going to fast pass the Jungle Cruise, Standby Pirates, Reimagine Haunted Mansion, and she says Disney is getting more updated, so this can be 2. I think she just doesn't like the ghost.
I
Okay.
get you. That
I don't either. So.
Good for you, Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My 1st grader won't ride it, so he won't do Space Mountain
Listen.
either. It's an abomination. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like this park being closed thing is kind of good because it's like, yeah, you are on a we ain't taking you back till you can ride Space Mountain level anyway. So, yeah, fun stuff. So Rob here says fast pass the mansion. He stands by for Jungle Cruise. And he wants to reimagine Pirates like over in Shanghai. And to be fair, I do love Pirates. Okay.
That's the reason I want to
Shanghai
go there.
Insane. It's
Yeah,
insane.
it does look amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. I think that's a valid point. Patricia was saying fast pass Haunted Mansion, wait for Pirates, and reimagine the Jungle Cruise. Okay. Come down here. A few more comments. Scott saying fast pass Pirates, Standby Haunted, reimagine Jungle Cruise. And the movie coming out might have to add The Rock to the scenes. Ooh, do a little Johnny Depp action there with Jungle Cruise, where we get The Rock popping up on a boat as your skipper.
I really hope they don't. I mean, I love The Rock, but just leave it as is. It's perfect as it is. Like, don't mess it
touch
up.
Oh, now this comment has got to rank up there as one of the best. Wow, Kenny. And here I thought I liked you.
I need that on a t-shirt.
Oh, that's too hard. Okay, Lifetime Haunted. And let's see. Marianne points out the problem with Jungle Cruise is sometimes you get an awful skipper. And yeah, the skipper does tend to make that ride. So Mary was saying Lifetime Haunted Mansion, Pirates Standby, Reimagine Jungle Cruise, Team Chad for the win. Patricia's a Team Chad. And Shannon is saying she's going to fast pass Haunted, Standby Pirates, another Team Chad. And Alicia's pointing out clearly parent of the year. My fourth grader is up at 10 p.m. Well, it's not like you guys have to get up and go to school tomorrow. So
Drew
it's
was
not-
up until 4 a.m. twice this week. I'm just
it's
Wow.
technically not a school night. Okay. And then, so Steve writes in, apparently Sam doesn't smell what the Rock is cooking.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, good point there. Good point there. And we're getting some parenting support here for Alicia, hashtag COVID-19 parenting. And Jim saying, Fast Pass Jungle Cruise, he just discovered this recently. In Standby, Never, and Redo Mansion and Pirates.
Jim's
Standby.
making his own rules.
Yeah.
Never
Come on,
stand by.
guys.
Okay.
Never. Okay. And Alicia says, Samantha, I'm just so happy to see a millennial that likes the classics like SW and JC dad jokes. So there you go. Okay. So let's move on to the final round here. We're going a little bit late. And
This is a tough one.
the
Can
mountain
I abstain?
ranges, right? Space, Splash, and Big Thunder.
I'm ready. I got this. Nobody's with me on any of these, right? So mine again, easy for me because I go in the winter time. So I'll start off with I'll get rid of Splash Mountain because I've been on it twice, I think. But it's always cold when I go, so it doesn't really matter. And then we're going
Or it's
to
down for refurbishment in the winter.
Yeah, no, that does happen
Right.
quite a bit. And then, so I'm going to have to fast pass Space Mountain because my husband hates the ride. He convinced Izzy that if she was going to go on it, she was going to die. And she looked at me and she goes, Mommy, if I die, will you go to my funeral? I said, yes, I will go to your funeral. And I drug her on. No, I drug him on because she wanted to go. So I will fast pass Space Mountain because if we have to wait even 2 minutes, he's like, not worth it. And then, so I would definitely, go on Big Thunder Mountain every 15 minutes. I think our record is like 6 times in one trip. And that's, again, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So that's pretty good.
Got it. Okay. Kenny, where you at?
Man, this is a tough one for me. I'm going to lifetime fast pass Splash Mountain, just because it's a classic ride and it holds a special place in my heart from a childhood memory. And then I'm going to, I am always willing to stand in the standby line for Space Mountain, just because, it's a great ride. And then I love Big Thunder too. But if I'm going to pick something to be reimagined, it'll be Big Thunder, especially after watching the Imagineering series and seeing how it is over in Disneyland Paris, just like on its own little island. I would love for something like that. So yeah, those are my 3. I'm pretty comfortable with that.
Sam, what do you got?
So I'm going to fast pass Space Mountain because as much as I love that the queue is air conditioned, it is the longest queue ever. So I don't want to stand there too long. I'm going to stand by Splash Mountain because even if you're in the standby line, it's like a 20-minute ride. So you kind of get a little bit bang for your buck there. And I want to reimagine Big Thunder because, like Kenny said, I want Disneyland Paris's version where it's on its own island. And I want a little bit of the Disneyland where you get the pyrotechnics at the end because I feel like it would just be such a grand finale to that ride.
Yeah, that's true. So I am like super, super torn on this one because the only way I will ever ride Space Mountain is with the Fast Pass. So if I don't give it Fast Pass, I might as well say I'm never going on it again. So, yeah, and Big Thunder is my favorite roller coaster. So I'm probably going to have to come back in and say I'm going to Fast Pass Splash, even though it's not my favorite ride and I don't like it. But I will stand in line for Big Thunder. And Space, that thing just needs to be reimagined. Once you've been to the Disneyland version of it, you hate the Walt Disney World version. It's just so much smoother. You ride side by sides. You can sit next to a little kid who's afraid of it, and much, much, much better. So I'm going to reimagine Space. That's my take on that. So let's come back in and see where everybody else is on this one. And Okay.
I think our Space Mountain is one of the slowest ones. Isn't that the slowest ride in all of the parks?
It's slow.
It's only like 25 miles an hour. Yeah,
It
it's
is.
the fear of getting your head taken off that really adds to the excitement of the ride.
Yeah.
Well,
And it is
if-
a little tricky. Yeah.
If anybody went to the Christmas party this year, that was terrifying for me because the strobe lights were so bright that you could actually see the track. Like, that was the more terrifying part. I'd rather be in the dark.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Russell is saying he's going to fast pass. Oh, pirate. I went up too far. Okay. And Mary was saying these are too hard.
Yep.
And let's see. Nick here is saying he's going to fast pass Space, Stand by Splash, and Reimagine Big Thunder.
Yay.
So, yep, sounds like a Team Sam on that one. And, oh, they're talking about parenting there. Okay. The whole parenting conversation going on over there.
We're all great parents over here. So yeah.
Yeah. And Marianne's saying she's going to fast pass Splash, Stand by Big Thunder, and Reimagine Space. So I could, that's a Team Chad, it looks like. Took me a while to figure that one out. Scott's saying fast pass Space, Stand by Big Thunder, redo Splash, like they always seem to be doing. It's always down for refurbishment. And given that they won't come out with the Song of the South movie anymore that was based off of, I could see it being
What's the point?
reimagined. Okay.
That's Team Alicia.
More.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah, I got one.
so Jim saying fast pass Splash, Stand by Big Thunder, redo Space. And then Janice was saying Space, Thunder, and Splash in that order.
Yay.
Rob saying fast pass Splash. He's going to stand for Big Thunder, Reimagine Space. That's another Team Chad. No, that's not me. I think that is. It's late. Okay.
I think that was you.
I think that was me. That's right. They're coming in different orders and different acronyms and names, so it's a little hard to do this. So bear with me. So Maria's saying fast pass Splash, Stand by Big Thunder, and redo Space into the Star Wars overlay for Disneyland. That hyperspace mountain was pretty cool. And Vicky saying Big Thunder, Stand by Space, Reimagine Splash. And Holland's vote again. She's going to use Space for her fast pass, and then Big Thunder for Standby, and Splash is getting reimagined so you don't get as wet. Isn't that the fun of going on that? Is that you get wet?
I could see like if I went and any of the other like good months, it would be fun to like cool off somewhere because that's the only ride that you can cool off there, right?
Yep. So, and Tina is saying she's going to fast pass Splash all the way down, ride Thunder, and refurb Space because Space is too jerky for old bones. I'm starting to smell what you got cooking there, to use another commenter's language.
My husband
And
agrees.
take some Advil beforehand. You'll be fine.
Yeah. And then here, Amy is saying Lifetime Thunder, Stand by Splash, Reimagine Space only because I developed fear as I got older. And you must have seen it with the lights on because that's pretty dang scary.
Yeah.
It's better sometimes not knowing.
Right.
Oh, okay. Now we've got Mary chiming in for Tom, her husband's vote. He's saying he's going to Lifetime Big Thunder, Stand by Splash, and Reimagine Space.
It's kind of like a giant mad mouse is how I always put it.
Yeah. And then Russell's just way off here in the weeds bringing up the Matterhorn. So, oh my gosh, if there's ever a herky jerky ride, it's Matterhorn, buddy. So,
Oh, that's good to know.
yeah. Yep. So that's where we stand on this stuff tonight, guys. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This week's episode should be out this week, depending on editing time and real life day job, because it just got recorded today, and it's the Alani History and Backstory Show. And I've pulled in some really good talent for that show, and it should be a fun episode to do. But the next 4 weeks on the podcast are going to be all about Alani, and I can even come back in and I'll just save it for next week when we're doing an Alani deal. So guys, send me some backdrop photos so I can put up here. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in this week. And thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Samantha. And everybody watching, have a great night. And we will see you next week. Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Good night.
Good night. See you next week.